QPR.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to get on BBC Sport at the moment.
I just got kicked off.
Oh, did you?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mendoza in Argentina for the penultimate match on day 3. It's from Pool A. China take on New Zealand. Well, it's a glorious day here in Mendoza, and here are the Pool A standings coming into the final pool matches. As you can see, New Zealand are second, China are bottom of the pile, and China, well, they need a big win if they are to go up the table. The top team in Pool A plays the bottom in Pool B, second in Pool A plays the third in the other pool, and so it's important that each side tries to finish as high up as possible for the quarterfinals. Every team still has a chance of making it to the final, no matter where they finish in their pool. Goal difference, the difference between China and Japan at the bottom, and if China can win by 2 clear goals, then that should be enough to put them above Japan and New Zealand, with Japan to play the Netherlands later on this evening. So the teams are out in the middle of the park. We will have the national anthems, starting with China, then of New Zealand. So these two last met at the World Cup back in the summer. New Zealand won 4-0 on that occasion. That was in the 5th/6th playoff match. The skipper Anita Punt scored 2 penalty corners on that occasion. Whitelock and Forgeson, the other scorers on that day. Let's have a look at the China lineup. And where are the goals going to come from? They need to win by 2 clear goals. They've only scored 1 in the tournament so far. That was by number 28, Li Jiaqi. But their keeper, Li Zhongzhao, has had a very good tournament thus far. There is China head coach Cho Myung-yun. The heat, I think, today will certainly favour his players a little bit more. They don't really enjoy the cold too much. Here is the New Zealand lineup. Number 4, Olivia Merry. She's had a good tournament, scored in both games that New Zealand have played in so far, and a memorable goal against the Dutch. This New Zealand team, buoyed by that draw against the Dutch, only the 2nd time that they have got a draw against the Netherlands. The other goal scorer from Mark Hagar's side is number 12, Ella Gunson, from a penalty corner. So our 2 umpires for this one, both from Argentina, Mercedes Sanchez and Mariana Redo. Well, they had just witnessed the country beat England by 4-1, a result that put Argentina to the top of Group B and England to the bottom. So we have had movement in the table, certainly in Pool B. Will we get any movement in Pool A as the moon comes up? It's quite high in the sky. It's just gone 6 o'clock in the evening here in Mendoza, and it's still very high 20s on the thermometer. China get us underway in the penultimate match on day 3, attacking the goal away to our left-hand side in the all-red strip. New Zealand in the all-black. And alongside me in the commentary box for this one, former England and Great Britain international Mel Clulo. And Mel, China, they need goals. They need to win by 2 clear goals to have any chance of going above New Zealand. And we haven't seen anything that would suggest that we're going to see a 2-goal win for China.
No, we haven't. I think China set their stall out against the Netherlands to possibly try and get a draw. They were very defensive in the first half. And once Holland scored, it was very difficult for China to get back into that game. They did come from behind against Japan with a fantastic deflection goal, but it will be interesting to see how New Zealand cope with the fast attacking Asian style, particularly in the heat.
So Liang on the front foot, but that's good work at the back. It's interesting to point out that Sally Rutherford's back between the posts for New Zealand. She started the first game, had a bit of a momentary lapse of reason against Japan. Didn't play in the second game against the Dutch. It was Georgia Barnett winning only her 6th cap against Holland. But Rutherford back in the fold tonight, and that's a foot of Wang, and it will be a hit outside. Sophie Cox, the player, to have played it into the circle. Neil fires it in. Is there to be a touch? And as the keeper made a good save there. Said Li Dongjiao had been in good form, and that, if that was a left boot, was a very smart save. Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen plays it down in towards Mary, but Mary can't keep it in.
Yeah, I think Lee in goal couldn't take any chances. It didn't look like there was a deflection in the end by Merry, but goalkeeper's not got long to make those decisions. Opted for the safe thing, and that was putting it behind for the long corner.
Up that right channel for China, and that's travelled an awful long distance, and Zhang has picked it up. Zhang into Liang. Liang bearing down on goal. That's a lovely ball, and China unable to finish it off, but they might still get that opportunity. Good save from Rutherford, and they keep it at bay. It was Ji Xiao-yun with the follow-up shot, and a real opportunity for China to take the lead.
It's a brilliant back-to-front pass. that set this up. Great leading, starting infield and then leading out. It's Liang causing all kinds of problems. And Xie is, I think, in the end with this. And I think that's a good thing for Sally Rutherford to make those saves. She will be disappointed with the goal she conceded the other night.
Punt, infield, it's end-to-end stuff. Chance here. Oh, they never got hold of the shot. What a chance that was for Petra Webster. And what an open game this has been inside the first 3 and a bit minutes. Hayward battling it out with Liang. Wins the free hit, takes it quickly. Hayward into punt, lovely little ball to Webster. Webster has a little look up, into the centre it goes, and good defensive work there from Bao. Xie up against Charlton, off the Black Sticks player, long corner to China.
It's a lovely ball by Anita Punt. Great first touch by Webster. Off balance, almost takes the shot on her knees. Don't really think she needed to do that, but it's easy from up in the commentary box rather than down on the pitch.
Xie with the sideline ball. Turnover of possession. Touch around the corner from Sophie Cox, and a chance here. She's got Mary to the side of it. Cox going all the way. Good save. Good save from Lee. And Cox went across goal as well. Mary was diving in at the far post, so good hockey all round. What an open game of hockey we are witnessing here in the first quarter between China and New Zealand, excuse me.
It's great play by Sophie Cox, opting to hit off the wrong foot, off the right foot. By doing that, opens up the body, which makes it easier to hit across goal, and good save by Lee with the right foot.
Anita Punt, more prominent in this game than she was in game 2. Against the Dutch. Mikkelsen. Drops it all the way back out. And the Black Sticks come again. Fired forward by Charlton, but picked off, and Liang has possession here. Charlton across, makes the tackle. And it's sideline ball. Kettle. Charlton reacts quickly after her initial clearances stopped by Gu. Jordan Grant infield towards Gloin. This is Gloin. Kettle into King, down the line it goes, and the Black Sticks trying to work it into the circle. China on the front foot, down that right flank. They've got the sideline ball, and trotting over to take it is Yu. Cleared out by the Black Sticks. Roberts. Got to look after the ball a little bit more here, New Zealand. China, far more positive in this game than we've seen them in the first two. It's like a different side.
Sometimes it's easier when you know what you need to do in a game, what result you needed when the final whistle goes.
Isn't it a win always? Maybe not against the Dutch or something like that, but it's good to see them coming out and playing. And at the same time, New Zealand are having a crack as well. So at the moment, it's been a rather entertaining opening 9 minutes or so. Yan. This is Gu. Gu's touch lets her down. King. To Neil. This is Roberts. Well, that's gone all the way through, and Curtis couldn't bring it under control. But it's a long corner. Taken quickly by Curtis. Roll ball to the top of the circle and into the circle. It's broken on the reverse stick, and it's up and over by Gloyn. Was it Gloyn or Hayward who got the last touch? It's good work from Webster. And riding between the two tackles. Across comes Quee, the captain. All the way on the reverse stick is Peng. Wins the long corner. Up off the body, taken quickly, and the Black Sticks defenders trying to get back the 5. And it comes, and all the way across it goes, and out for a 16. Oh no, China ball on this far side. Touched by New Zealand stick. Lifted up into Gunson. On the reverse stick into the circle it goes, and it's cleared at the second time of asking by King. Here goes Cox up the right flank. Cox cuts back inside. Into the 25 goes Sophie Cox. Ball in, well left by Bao.
It's jab tackle by Neil that ends up putting the ball into her own body. China just seem a lot quicker today. Free hits are given. They have to take the self-pass. Long corners, exactly the same thing, and New Zealand need to be aware of that.
Even Wang's aerials seem to have a little bit more purpose to them other than just to get as much territory as possible. Down in that bottom corner, Charlton will take the sideline ball. Towards Sophie Cox, trying to have it back. Liang plays it goalward, and Neil does well. This is Mickelson who finds herself rather deep. Nice skill from Stacey Mickelson. Cadell up towards the 25. Someone needs to make a challenge. Cadell's going all the way. Wow, it's like the passing of the Red Sea. No one wanted to make a challenge. She's run almost half the length of the pitch. On the far side for the Black Sticks. Hayward through the first line of defence, and Charlton comes across to try and make something happen. Cox will get penalised there for lifting the stick. Inside the final 2 minutes then of the first quarter, China 0, New Zealand 0. But it's been an enterprising first quarter of hockey, Mel Clele.
Yeah, it has. I think both teams have come out and sort of made a statement of intent, really, and that is they both want the win, which is great to see. China attacking down both sides. Normally we see them just attacking down the right.
Oh, little ball underneath, meant for Peng, but well dealt with by Gunson. Here they go again, New Zealand. Here is punt. Skipper needs a punt. Gets the ball past Wang, but not past the second line of defence, and Wang gets it clear, but only as far as Peng. Peng back to Neil. This is Charlton. Mikkelsen has it stolen off her by Ji. And suddenly China have parity in attack, but Hayward gets an important interception, but then runs into trouble. That'll be frustrating for mate Mark Hager. Zhu to Zhang. Zhang tries to pick out Ji. Mary tries to play it through the legs of Kui, the China captain. Mikkelsen throws the aerial ball to Mary. Well brought under control by Olivia Mary. Still going, Mary got the ball across, and it's going to be a 16 or free out for China. Got to make that. She did make it to Gunson. Webster. Well, Webster, but is beaten by time. And that is the quarter time hooter. No score in the opening 15 minutes, but it's been interesting. China 0, New Zealand 0. Plenty of positives from New Zealand and China, but neither side unable to break the deadlock, but arguably China with the better chances.
Yeah, I think it has been fairly end-to-end, which is good to see. I think China started the quarter definitely the strongest. I think Hayward probably had the best opportunity for New Zealand when she put the ball over the bar. I think for me personally today, it looks as though Stacey Mikkelsen is actually playing at right defender, whereas she started the tournament up front, and I wonder whether we're going to see the best of her today, reverting back to the position that we're used to seeing her playing.
Let's listen in and see if we can hear what Hagar's saying.
Okay, at the moment what they're doing is their wing is up here and she's hitting that ball, and she's even hitting it from the middle on those angles, so we've got to try and avoid that. The other one is we are creating some chances. Take your time. Okay, the two of you had the shot, no one called them. Fine.
Well, interesting just to hear Mark Hagar's thoughts. And, Coach Cho, the China team, just moving to hear some of the highlights from that first half. Some nice stick skills on show. There is Mikkelsen, picked her out as playing at the back today for the Black Sticks. Good to see the teams out in plenty of time. And the whistle goes and we're underway. China a little slow off the blocks, but not as bad as we have seen earlier in today. So, second quarter, China 0, New Zealand 0. It's both keepers being kept busy in the opening 15 minutes. Kui drops it out, but the free hit has gone China's way. Kui over to Bao. Here come China trying to make something happen, and that was Ji. Here is Neil, and as you say, Mikkelsen in the right back position today. Neil with the aerial to Mikkelsen. Punt takes it to herself, plays it forward. Past Curtis though. Cleared on the tomahawk, but New Zealand ball. To Mikkelsen. Gets the ball back, put out of play. Chance here for Cox if she can get there. Sophie Cox still going. That's a horrible looking tackle. And the penalty corner has been given. It came from Wang Na. So first opportunity for either side from the penalty corner.
Yeah, 2 stick tackles there. That's a horrific tackle, to be honest, from Wang.
She's probably fortunate that the first stick tackle had happened, because she might have picked up a card. So it's Neil and Mary at the top of the circle and punt. 3 options for the Black Sticks. Mary's now on the edge of the circle. Just waiting for the signal from the umpire. Here it is. Little shift to the right from punt and the castle. It's punt, deflection, great save. Really, really good save from Lee. The deflection came from Gunson, but Lee equal to it. Well worked penalty corner. And once again, punt and Neil at the top of the circle. Another little shift. Punt goes aerial and scores. Anita Punt finds the net and breaks the deadlock. After 2 and a bit minutes of the second quarter, the Black Sticks captain steps up and makes it China 0, New Zealand 1.
Fantastic flick by Anita Punt. Part of her game that she's really worked hard on. She's not missed that number 1 runner by very much. Number 1 runner's done a very good job in narrowing the angles down. Probably brushed her back as it went past, but that's a brilliant flick. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, she scored 2 penalty corners when these two last met in The Hague, and she's broken the deadlock here. And New Zealand take the lead, and China now need 3 goals. This is Lee into Ji. Lee, Bao. Kui. And a good touch from Gloin that's picked up by Punt. Punt into Hayward. Hayward picking up Charlton's run. Charlton down the line, and in plenty of space here is Sophie Cox. Cox on the reverse stick, fires it across. Lovely little ball, and Curtis was anticipating the defender to miss. Liang. This is Kui, up the line, and cutting inside is Jiang. Jiang trying to pick out Liang. Kui. To Pang. Pang still going. That's a horrible looking tackle by Punt. Lovely little ball underneath. And China just wouldn't sit down for them. Bao under a little bit of pressure, but finds Kui. Hayward. Wang with the free hit. Likes the aerial borders, Wang. As well picked up by Charlton, but then the rebound falls to a player in red. And there's space in the middle of the park here. And Liang tried to feed it through to Zhang, but it didn't quite come off for China. But that was an opportunity.
It was good positioning in the end by last defender Gunson on top of the circle for the Kiwis. China's link-up play just seems a lot better today, a lot more fluid. The 1-2s are working for them.
Yu in field to Wang. Sophie Cox goes for a little run right round the middle and then offloads it just as the stick tackle comes in from Gloin to Gloin, sorry. Wang is being asked to move the ball to her right. Kui, Yu, cross and putting her off was punt. To say China sideline ball. Cox. Punt in some space, has Charlton in front of her. And, gives possession away, and this is Liang. Liang, Cox trying to pick up possession. Cutting infield goes Peng. Peng, nice work from Peng into the 25, still going. Across comes Gloin to make the tackle, penalised. Peng will leave it for Bao. Bao rifles it in, and it's a 60.
It's definitely a weapon for China though. Bao's disguise slap into the circle. That's how they scored against Japan the other day. I'm sure it's something that the New Zealanders have watched on the video.
Zhang. Good work from Roberts. Kettle to Grant. Grant towards the circle edge. It was behind Webster. Just past the midpoint of the second quarter. China 0, New Zealand 1. The opening goal coming 2 minutes into the second quarter, courtesy of the Black Sticks captain, Anita Punt from a penalty corner. The second penalty corner for the Black Sticks. Webster trying to win a third, still going Webster, and she does win the penalty corner.
Good spin by Webster on top of the circle. Bao couldn't quite get the stick down low enough. Due to the spin, it comes off the stick. Just brushes Zhang's foot, but just is enough.
1 from 2. Punt and Merry. And this time they shift to the left. It's a punt. And the deflected goal makes it China 0, New Zealand 2. And there's an inquisition at the back. Did it go off Lee and over her own keeper? In which case it'll be a second goal for Anita Punt. is up off the China defender. And New Zealand won't mind. Well, that's a wicked deflection. And with 6:40 remaining in the second quarter, it's China 0, New Zealand 2. Well, it's looking good for New Zealand right now. I feel a little bit sorry for China. They've tried to be a little bit more expressive and a little bit more positive today, and they've been caught by 2 sucker punches in penalty corners.
If you take the rear ward corner out of the equation, from those statistics, New Zealand are 2 from 2 from penalty corners.
And they looking for an open play goal, and then round the back here, the Black Sticks. And China get it clear just. Touch, letting her down.
It's a great run by Cadell along the baseline, head up, looking for the pass. She picks out Olivia Merry on the far post. I think in the goal scoring form that she's been in, she's probably going to, well, she will be definitely be disappointed that she didn't get something on goal.
There you go, need to punt 2 penalty corners to go with the 2 she scored in the 5th, 6th playoff match in The Hague. Chance now for New Zealand, but they just can't get the ball out to get the clean shot away. More pressure coming. Here goes Curtis. Cleared onto the stick of punt and almost in. That would have been a calamitous goal to concede.
It's good perseverance though by New Zealand, putting China under pressure but not committing foul. Curtis causing all sorts of problems in the circle, and first line of defence is don't clear the ball across your own goal, and I think China can count themselves lucky. It was a difficult trap, definitely.
Neil steps in front. Hayward plays it through to punt. It's all Black Sticks at the moment. Here goes Curtis. Wins the long corner, which Curtis will take. From a Black Sticks perspective, they need to score as many as possible to give themselves a chance of overtaking Holland at the top of the table. They came into this one with a goal difference of +1, the Dutch +2, so they've moved 1 in front of the Dutch in terms of goal difference, with still 33.5 minutes of the match remaining. In field comes Webster. Little hand on the back there, got to be careful. So Gloin comes forward. The stick of Gunson. Wang. As we come inside the final 3 minutes of the first half, New Zealand scoring 2 penalty corners in the second quarter to move into a 2-0 lead. China have had their opportunities, especially in the first half, but haven't been able to take them as of yet. Two balls on the park. Mickelson comes inside Chi. Mickelson, not quite enough on that for Punt, but Punt comes towards the ball and brings it away for New Zealand. The ball forward looking for Cox. The ball out to the left was probably the better option for her. Important touch there at the back by Neil. Oopsie. Mickelson up over the halfway line, now over the 25 with Merry. Merry looking to get around the back of Bao, cuts it back inside, not past Wang. And Wang gives it to Peng. Bao. Ji, I just thought she put it onto her head. Pushing the back of Gloin. Mickelson takes it quickly to Cox on the reverse stick side. Cox! And it's turned behind by Leah. Good snapshot from Sophie Cox. Good save from the keeper.
Very quick thinking on the self-pass by Mickelson. Another shot on target for New Zealand.
Inside the final minute then of the first half. At the end of the park it goes, and Neil will restart. Punt, keeps it in field. Little look up, now cracks it across. Deflected goalwards. Oh, two opportunities, and Jordan Grant had the second of them, and she couldn't get hold of the ball. And China survive right on the death of half-time.
I think it's Gloin with the first shot, and Grant will be disappointed not to put something on target.
But it's been a good quarter though for New Zealand. They've scored 2 goals, and at half-time it's China 0, New Zealand 2. Little shake of the head as Gloin walks off. That really should have been 3, but although they're 2 down, China have played pretty well.
They've definitely played their best half of hockey since the tournament started. I think as time's gone on, New Zealand have just asserted themselves more and more into the game. I think they look a lot more balanced with Mickelson at the back, Hayward sitting in the middle of the field, and Anita Punt balanced but quick when she needs to be.
So at half-time, Mark Hagar's team in the ascendancy. It's just the start they would have wanted. Can they add more in the second half? We'll have to find out. Half-time here in Mendoza, China 0, New Zealand 2. Welcome back everybody to Mendoza. It's half time in the final Pool A match for China and New Zealand. And New Zealand has scored 2 second quarter penalty corners to lead by 2-0. China, as positive as we've seen them in this competition so far, but they've had absolutely nothing to show for it. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from that first half, and they had the better of the opportunities to open the scoring before New Zealand took the lead, Mel Clule.
Yeah, they did. They started the game very brightly. There's no doubt about that at all. Rutherford made one good saving goal. And slowly as the half wound on, I think New Zealand became more and more involved in the game. Sophie Cox here with the shot. Olivia Merry sliding in on the far post. Hayward put one over the bar there, and slowly it was coming, I think, for New Zealand. You could see some frustrations in the team. And a need to punt, drag flick straight from the top of the circle. I think Lee in goal maybe slightly disappointed, but she got the shot on target, which is all you really want, well, the initial thing you want from your set piece. And I think here they were possibly looking for a deflection, whether it's Curtis or Webster. But ball along the floor, and I think it's Lee in there that gets the final touch.
I think Curtis is behind her anyway and would either stick it in. So a little harsh on the... It hasn't been a good day for England supporters. If you weren't with us a little earlier on, England took the lead against Argentina, went 1-0 up. It was 1-1 in the 50th minute, and it finished 4-1. Argentina scoring a goal a couple of minutes from time that meant they finished on top of Pool B and England finished bottom. Up until that fourth goal went in, Argentina would have finished second and England would have finished third, and avoiding the top placed team in Pool A, which is presumably going to be the Dutch. But at the moment, New Zealand are doing all they can to make sure it's them that's on top of the pile. Right, Sarah Thomas is with Mark Hager.
Mark, what was your message to the girls at half-time?
Just play our game, keep playing the way we're playing. It's probably the best I've seen us move the ball around the pitch. Not to take it for granted, we were in this position at the World Cup. We were 2-0 up at half-time and only won the game 3-2. So we just need to keep doing the basics really well.
Brilliant, thank you.
Thanks to Mark Hager, and there is the first half in black and white. 6 shots from 9 circle penetrations, 1 shot from 3 circle penetrations. Plenty more possession for New Zealand, plenty more territory. 2 from 3 penalty corners, you'd be pretty happy with that. It doesn't really get much better. And yeah, I still feel China can consider themselves a little unlucky.
I think they can, but I think it's also one of those that if you know you're a team that's not scoring very many goals, when an opponent scores against you, you begin to wonder, where are we going to score? When's it going to happen for us? When are these half chances going to go in? I think if they can get the next goal, they'll definitely think they're right back in it. I'm sure New Zealand, and the words from Mark Hager will be ringing in their ears. We've been in this situation before, let's not make it so tight next time.
Don't get me wrong, I think New Zealand are worthy of their lead, and I think they probably deserve to be in front. But China have played their full part in the opening half and haven't had anything to show for it. Right, don't forget you can stay in contact with us on social media at facebook.com/FI Hockey. You can go and like us there, let us know your thoughts. On Twitter, our Twitter handle at FIH_hockey, #CT2014. And then, of course, there's Instagram and YouTube. We are under FI Hockey. And you can keep up to date with behind the scenes shots on Instagram, highlights of games on YouTube. And, yeah, as I say, please get in contact with us. Maybe let us know who you think is going to win the competition. So we're almost ready to get underway. The pitch has been watered. There's still a little bit of standing water just in front of the umpire here, you can see, but that will soon disappear. It is a lovely warm day. And there's the shot from behind Sally Rutherford's goal. And New Zealand get us underway in the second half. They lead China by 2-0. The 2 goals coming in the second quarter, both from penalty corners and both being notched up to number 32, Anita Punt, although the second one did get a big deflection off the defender, but they all count for Anita Punt. Here is Wang. To bow on this right-hand flank for China. Cox tries to steal it off Li, and she does just that. Curtis unable to bring it under control. And it's with Kui, the China skipper, on that far side, and it's been stolen, and stolen well by Punt. Punt to Hayward, and Hayward has let that one go, and China are going to bring this one away. Under the shoulder from Liang to Peng. Peng wants it back. Here is Peng. Little look up, has support on this right-hand flank in Wang. Wang to Liang. Liang rifles it across. Chance here. Didn't come down for China, but they've still got possession in the New Zealand circle. And the Black Sticks have finally get it clear. Dropped out to Bao. To Wang. Up it goes. That's a lovely ball into the circle, but unable to really control it was Yan. Yan into Xi. Yan. Sees Gunson come out and make the challenge. On the reverse stick. And it's going to be a Black Sticks ball. Mickelson with the aerial. Not enough space given to Merry. Merry takes it quickly. Here goes Curtis. Curtis comes back inside. Curtis into the circle. First time shot round the corner from Webster. But China have the free hit.
It's a very similar start to the first half. This is Curtis's ball in. Webster just almost comes from the wrong side and has every right to go for that ball. Takes a bit of the stick as well as the ball as she makes contact.
Peng does well. Peng does really well, and then tries to feed it into Xi. And the ball left was probably a better option. Easier to say from up here, I appreciate. China need to take an opportunity sooner rather than later. Punt inside, too much on it. Well, that's gone all the way through to Curtis. That wasn't meant for Curtis, it's now gone for Cox. Good tackle by Wang. New Zealand almost fortuitous there. Good strength indeed by Gunson. Curtis, Gloin outside her. Here is Gloin. Nope, not getting there because coming across to cutting it out is Lee. And here goes Jiang. Jiang just possessed. No, she still got it. Now China up to the edge of the circle. Good tackle from Samantha Charlton. Charlton lead set. Neil. This is Lee. On the shoulder to Yu. And he loses out to Sophie Cox. Cox up to the 25. Hasn't got any real width to the attack, so she's going to have to go herself. Cox, good right from Sophie Cox. Cox back inside, tries to find the foot. Long corner.
It's very good strength by Cox there. Didn't get knocked off the ball easily. unlucky not to win a corner once she got into the circle.
Go China once again. Good covering by Mikkelsen. This is Gloin. Gloin has punt behind her, punt trying to put it into the top of the circle where Webster, well, play on, say the officials. Wang, up off Webster, 16. Difficult for the umpire on that far side. You can see from the shadows that she's looking almost directly into the sun. Really is a different day here today in terms of weather. On days 1 and 2, the commentary box was sat here with 4 or 5 layers on. Today, just the polo shirt. And players will be thankful, though it's still pretty warm out there. Chance. Oh, nobody went for it. Nobody went for it. Everyone left it for each other. Poor ball by Mikkelsen. Invites China on. New Zealand once more. Wang out to this right-hand side. This is Lee. Lee plays it back in field to Liang, but it's being brought away by Kettle. Just left behind. Zhang. Punt. Tackle. Needs a punt. Wang. Still going Wang Na. On the reverse stick. No whistle. And there were several high sticks there. Finally we get ourselves a whistle.
I think both teams were hoping for a whistle to come sooner than it actually did.
Good work from Webster on the deck. Charlton rifles it in. Not her best ball into the circle.
That's what you want to see from your forwards. Sometimes they're not given enough credit for the tackles that they make, but when you look up and see as a defender, when you look up and see a forward prepared to do that, it can make you think twice about making a pass next time.
Liang down this right-hand flank for China. Doesn't really get hold of the ball. Black Sticks will be able to clear. I say should be able to clear. It's very congested down there, and in fact Liang has turned possession over. Kettle again. Oh dear, that's not a great ball. Here goes Wu. Wu wins the free hit. Zhang runs into traffic. New Zealand have the ball.
Feels as if the game's got a little bit scrappy at the moment. Both teams giving away possession, working the ball up to the circle edge and then not getting an outcome when they would like.
Communication going on in the team. Which is Wang on that far side. Taken by Gunson. Yeah, the intensity and the quality of the first half hasn't carried over into the second. New Zealand won't mind though, because they're winning, but they need to score more goals to realistically have a chance of usurping the Dutch at the top of the table. Got one goal, or plus one goal difference over the Dutch as it stands. From a New Zealand point of view, you'd think at least two more. Because the Dutch don't concede many. And Japan don't win many. They've only won 2 Champions Trophies matches. One of them, though, was against the Dutch, 1-0. Back in 2008. The other against New Zealand, 4-3, back in 2012. Inside the final 3, China 0, New Zealand 2. Liang. And we're going to get a card here. Mary picks up a green card. First card of the match. Taken quickly by Liang. And that's a foot. And Zhang will. Peng Shui will come across to take. Into the reverse stick. In it comes. It's a decent looking ball in. And Rutherford will cover as Zhu tried to make something happen. Mikkelsen. Nice skill from Mikkelsen to go around Peng. Up the line from Gunson. Cut out by China, and here is Wang Na. Out to Bao. Lee. Lee gets the stick of Webster, but it does eventually make it up to Peng. Lovely turn from Peng. Peng driving towards the head of the circle. Peng on the reverse stick. And coming across to make the clearance. With Charlton. It's good work. Still alive though. Rutherford's going to be sharp. Not for the first time. China have an opportunity on that left flank, but it just rolls away from the player in red.
That possibly sums up the difference between your Australias, your Argentinas and the Netherlands compared to someone like China is when the ball makes it there, however it's getting there, whether it's bouncing or flat, they trap it and they put something on target, and that's twice now in the last couple of minutes that China have missed that opportunity on the far post.
Looks as if there's going to be no addition to the scoreline. With time elapsing in the third quarter. That's it. There is no addition to the scoreline. New Zealand still in front comfortably thanks to the 2 penalty corners from Anita Punt.
The score is China 0, New Zealand 2.
going forward. Minchy's going forward. So remember what happened when we turned the ball over? They've got no one in the middle. We have no one. Let's bring it in tight, please.
I'm just trying to listen to what Mark Hagar's trying to say here.
Everything opposite to the first 2 quarters. You decided to run the ball. You decided not to lead. You decided not to do the energy thing. So guess what happened? You're chasing the white ball. Get back to our structure. Get back to leading for each other. Get back to wanting the ball. I'm looking up when our flank house is on the ball. Nikki, Livia, Shiloh, Micah, Pete, you're all running away. Where's our structure there? Give her easy options.
Yeah, fascinating thoughts from Mark Hagar there. Cho Myung-jun needs to try and motivate his team here, try and pick them up and see if they can get a consolation. Let's have a look at these punt penalty corners. First one pretty swift, away to the keeper's left. She did see it mostly along the way, and there's the deflection from the defender. Rutherford and King enjoying that one. New Zealand get the 4th and final quarter underway, leading China by 2-0, and Mark Hagar in the 3-quarter time break a little disappointed with the lack of structure from New Zealand in the 3rd quarter, and was looking for a performance more like the first half than the 3rd quarter. Oh, punts in round the back. Oh dear. Just couldn't get it out from underneath her feet, and it then runs over the back line.
I think his frustration comes from he's just had his team inside for 8 minutes of half time, told them exactly what he wants from the second half, and they haven't done it.
Up off the China stick, so Wang Mingyu is going to have to play this. Oh, she's missed it. Long corner going to be coming for New Zealand now. And Webster's come across to take it, takes it to herself. Wang Mingyu does well. Webster less so. And it's a 16 for China. Just about misses out as Yan Wang in the ball. Oh dear. Gunson with the sideline ball. Little look up. Plays it into Hayward, who drops it out to Charlton. This is Neil to Mickelson. Mickelson up to Murray on the baseline, but Bauer comes across for a good challenge. Sideline ball for the Black Sticks. Into Mickelson. Mickelson tackled by Wang Mingyu. Up the line it goes, but there's nobody in red up the park.
It's good skills by Neil and Mickelson. Little jab and last ditch tackle by Wang in the end.
Charlton exchanging passes. Charlton over the halfway line now puts a foot to the floor with Jiang in pursuit. This is Wang Na. China need something to happen here in the final 11 and a bit minutes. Here is Bao on this right-hand side. Just the one goal in 2.5 matches so far for China. Gunson wins the sideline ball. Haywood to Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen up the line to punt, but cut out by Jiang. Jiang now plays it up to Liu, but they've lost possession again of China. And that's a lovely looking ball. Cox has picked up, plays it forward to Curtis. Curtis on the reverse stick. Curtis still going, and good defensive work from Liu. That's not clear, and Liang has to go down to her right to make the save, but it's an easy save. Good challenge from Wang Mengyu. Yu Yan picks up Peng. Peng loses out to Neil. Neil's got punt to her right. It was meant for punt, but picked up by Gloin. Gloin to punt. Punt into the circle. Deflected away by Wang Mengyu. Webster's down in the 25. There she is. She's in a bit of pain there. Keep your eye on Webster if you can.
This was a chance a little while ago after some work from Curtis. Again, not quite the clean strike that she's hoping for.
And, she made it to the sideline. So down the other end, China on the attack, looking for a second goal here in Mendoza, the first of this match. And all the attacking promise from the first half is missing at the moment for the team in red. There's an opportunity here. They're round the back, they've got space. Long corner. Off the challenger Gunson. On the reverse stick, and it's come. Oh, that's right onto the knee. That's going to hurt. But, a little grimace and runs it off. There's one sting. Charlton still trying to run it off. This is Zhu. Winds one up, there's nobody on the far side for China, and so Grant will bring it away. Merry over the halfway line looking for the run of Gloin. You can hear all the chat going on in the park. Nice ball up into the corner for you. You trying to get the ball across, and it's good work from Mikkelsen, and good awareness as well to stay low so it doesn't pop up and hit her. Back it comes. Coming upstairs, they're going to ask for a foot, I think.
Carol? China. China. Carol, you listen me? Yeah, Mariana, are you looking for foot in the circle? Yeah, it's foot in the circle. Okay. Mariana, there is a New Zealand foot in the circle. It's a penalty corner. And China keeps their referral. Okay, it's a penalty corner. Okay? Yes, penalty corner. Sorry, Marina. Thank you, Carl.
So an opportunity here for China. The first penalty corner of the match. Well, the kid is on. Wang is at the top of the circle for China, number 2. Comes out, Wang, good save from Rutherford. Saw it all the way, gets there with the hand. Wang follows up, another good save from Rutherford. Still not clear, into the circle it goes. Opportunity, is it for China? Another penalty corner coming. Good work from Rutherford.
Two big, strong left hands from Rutherford before this. Just pops onto the foot of Samantha Charlton. Ball bobbling around with the face mask on, sometimes difficult to pick up.
Well, New Zealand's first goal came from Maria Ward. Can China make this one count? And it comes, Wang once more, they look at the deflection, and that one has been missed. Liang on the far post, couldn't quite get on the end, but a variation run by China.
Opting for the disguise here, that was the first glove save, sorry, from Rutherford, and that was the second one. Both from Wang, cleared away from danger.
Punt with just over or just under 6 minutes of the match remaining. Puts it back to Gunson. Here's Neil. Gunson. Little deflected ball up the line, but nothing coming. Cox will take. Cox cuts back in field, tries to play it through, cut off by Wang Na. Wang Na drops it out, and China have 4 players around the back, which they will shift it across. New Zealand dropping off. Liu into Cadell, and well, that's good work from Neil. Really good work from Neil. And the central defender showing good presence of mind. So trick from Lee, but no way through the Black Sticks defence, so they've got the sideline ball, which they'll play back to Wang, who's cracked it in. That's up and off the foot of Kettle, but nothing given by the umpires. Yeah, good work from Pang. Wins the free hit. Pang along the line, and it's a long corner. Wang Back down into that right-hand channel. Across comes punt. New pan. To Wang, who can't keep it in play. No real rush for New Zealand. Neil. Looks is like New Zealand will play Germany in the quarterfinals. If the Dutch managed to score a goal against Japan. No, in fact, they need to score 2. The Dutch would need to score 2 to finish above New Zealand. All manner of permutations. Long it goes. Forward to Yang. Mikkelsen. Nice little ball. Wang with the strong challenge. Ball on that right-hand side with Neil. This is Gunson. China looking for consolation as we get inside the final 90 seconds of this last pool game at this 2014 Champions Trophy for both China and New Zealand. New Zealand leading by 2-0. And at the moment, well, top Pool A, the scoreline remains this way. All the goals coming in the second quarter as Hayward has a little look up. Hayward has Gunson to her left and Charlton further behind her. It's gone all the way through. Good leave by Liu. Oh, in fact, it's a long corner. I thought that was a 16. Indeed, it is a 16. Wang Mengyu inside the final 30 seconds. And China are going to draw another blank here by the looks of things, unless they can make something happen with this last play of the match. In it comes, and they are going to draw another blank. That is the end of the match, and New Zealand win, and win comfortably. Final score here, China 0, New Zealand 2. Anita Punt, scorer of both goals. There she is, number 32. And her side, well, top Pool A for the time being, with the Dutch to play Japan next. And Mel Tilo still alongside me. It was disappointing from China in the second half. They offered a lot in the first half, and eventually drawing a blank. So disappointing for them. They'll regroup for the quarterfinals in a couple of days' time. It's China 0, New Zealand 2, the full-time score. So look at some of the highlights then. Here are the 2 goals, Mel.
Yeah, Anita Punt with the first flick. Really not given much of a target, but she puts it exactly where she wants to, and there's not much that Lee can do in goal, if I'm honest. Second one was definitely, I think, looking for the deflection with both Webster and Curtis coming in from this left-hand side as we're now looking. But it takes a deflection off Lee. Into the goal, and 2-0. I think New Zealand were good value for that 2-0 at that stage. I think the second half, to be honest, lost its way a little bit from both sides. And I'm sure from Mark Hagar's perspective, there'll be plenty of things to work on going into the quarterfinals.
More possession for New Zealand, more circle penetrations, just the one shot from China, although Rutherford did make a couple of saves from penalty corners. But the stat that matters is the one at the very top, which reads China 0, New Zealand 2. And 2 from 3 there on the penalty corners would be pretty pleasing for Mark Hagar and his team. So here are the pool standings then. New Zealand on top, the goal difference, but with the Netherlands to play Japan next, that might all change. And the goal difference will be key. And we'll have to wait and see what happens in that final match. But at the moment, the New Zealand have scored 5 and conceded 2. The Dutch have scored 3 and conceded 1. So a couple of goals required for them. Okay, I think we can hear from the Black Sticks captain, Anita Punt, who's with Sarah Thomas.
Anita, congratulations on the win. Were you satisfied with the team performance overall?
You know, we did really well the first half, but we let ourselves down in the second 2 quarters. So, you know, we're going to have to look at the footage so that we can back up our first half performance.
And a great goal for you, for your team to start it off today. How much time do you spend practicing on those drag flicks?
Yeah, it's been quite a lot of time, but it's quite a big toll on the body, so I try not to do too much. But yeah, it was good to get a couple today.
Fantastic, thank you.
Yeah, nice to hear from the Black Sticks captain. And I think that was pretty succinct. Great first half. Could have done better in the second. So these are where we are at in day 3. Australia beating Germany 3-1, Argentina beating England 4-1, New Zealand beating China 2-0, and the Dutch against Japan. That is coming up very shortly indeed. So joy for New Zealand, but they'll have to wait and see who they play. Will it be England or will it be Germany? The results of the Netherlands-Japan game will decide that for Anita Punt and Mark Hagar's team. But they've done all they can do, and they aren't playing too badly, New Zealand. China will regroup for the quarterfinals on Wednesday. Plenty of fans here getting photos and signatures as the players make their way up to the mix zone. But New Zealand have come out on top against China. They've beaten them by 2-0. Bye-bye.